Alright, so here is one of the 3 driver boards that came in for repair. So 2 of them are original, this being one of the originals, and then also a basement. I'm not even sure what it's called, but they're produced by the guy that looks like Mark Zuckerberg on Facebook. Anyways, so this board here, we'll start out, the .156 headers have been swapped out, so the power output, GIN, and then both GI out. Both of the AC inputs, as well as the 12 volts up here. Let's see, what else did we have on this board? We had a total of 9 eyelets, so 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So all caps had been replaced at some point, and notoriously the through holes have been pulled out. We've got a new C4 as well as a new C2, and we've got a 1N5401 here to block the input voltages, as Chris Hibbler has described many times. And then also we were missing F103, so that's been replaced as well. So I'll go ahead and get this thing into test, and we can go ahead and test the functions of the driver board here. So first test being coil test, and I've got the DMD test ROM installed here on my bench as well. And there's all the solenoids working, and general illumination. So prior to replacing all those eyelets here on the board, if I recall correctly, all of the voltages were either missing or under what they should be, just due to not making a complete connection to top and bottom of the board. And then here is all the flashers, and then also the lamps here as well. And I believe that's everything. Switches are all done through the MPU, so that's it for the first board. And I'll go ahead and get the other one on the bench. Alright, and driver board number 2 here. So, same thing here with this, is all of the caps had been replaced and the through holes had been pulled out. So again, we have a total of 9 eyelets. So 2, 4, 6, 8, and 9. 7.156 headers, so the power output, GIN, both GI out, both AC in, as well as the 12 volts. Replace C4 and C2, so we've got a 100 microfarad axial capacitor here at C4, a 100 microfarad radial capacitor here at C2, and also installed a 1N5401 blocking diode here on the board. And so let's go ahead and get this thing into test, and press the wrong button.
Enter the bright side of clean with Scotch.
Okay. Into test, and first test is going to be solenoid test. So kind of repetitive, but go through, test all the solenoids. And next test is going to be general illumination. Go ahead and start the test. Sorry, I turned down my speakers there. And as you can see, all strands are properly dimming and going to the correct brightness. And let's see, last test we are going to do lamps and flashers. So we get all the flashers and all the lamps dancing there. And that concludes everything here for that board. And I will go ahead and get that aftermarket here on the board now, or on the bench. All right, and lastly here on the board, we have I think it's a pinball basement, is what the guy named these. But anyways, we've got a 1N5401 blocking diode. We've got 2 heat sinks. So this board was sold without heat sinks here on the bridge rectifiers. We also had a solder bridge that was keeping the GI from lighting, pin 13. I believe it was these 2 diodes, R257 and R256, that were tied together on the back side of the board. And also we had 5 times triacs here on the board. So the triacs that were installed originally for this board were incorrect. They were 3-quadrant triacs, which the original part is supposed to be a 4-quadrant triac. So the GI, as you can see here, is quite a bit brighter than what it was prior. And we'll go into, I pressed the wrong button again as far as getting into test. But we can just show the lamp matrix dancing here. The overhead light likes to make it look like it's making some other sort of effect there, which is not. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into test here. So first test is going to be solenoid test. Yeah, those bulbs are quite a bit brighter than what it was prior with the 3-quadrant triacs there. I can tell just from looking at it here. And so just going through and dimming each one of the bulbs. So this shows that the 0 cross section is working properly. And those bulbs are back to what they should be. Or I guess to what they should be for the first time on this one. And lamps and flashers. And that is everything here for this board. So we are 100% good to go. Thank you so much.